Everybody, good afternoon. It's Chris V. I'm coming to you today because I want to talk about your bucket list. Yeah, I brought it up. It's a bit of a taboo subject. See, people don't want to think about their bucket list. And one of the reasons they don't want to think about the bucket list is because that involves thinking about end of life. And that's kind of sad and depressing. But today I'm going to come to you with an idea that actually breathes some light and some fun into this. And I feel like you need a bucket list. I need a bucket list. I'm working on mine. So here's what I want to do. I want to frame this the right way. I was at an industry conference lately, just a couple weeks ago, and one of the things that took place was a presentation, and it was on 100 things that I'm going to do before I die, or something to that effect. And it was framed in such a way that they talk about regrets. And the fact that people generally don't regret when they're at end of life, they don't regret the things that they've done. They take ownership of the things that they've done. They may not always be proud of them, but they don't regret them because everything maybe happens for a reason. But what people tend to maybe have some regrets over are the things that they didn't get to do. That is, the end of life, there were things that they didn't get to do. Maybe they didn't have the time. Maybe they didn't have the economic resources. Maybe they didn't have the good health. They regretted not being able to do certain things is the point. And I don't want that for you. And I certainly don't want it for my own family either. So here's what we're going to do about it. I'm going to introduce this concept in a little bit more detail, but I think the best way to do it is to help share with you the way it was shared with me. And that was, we had a speaker that came from The Buried Life. Now, you may have recognized that when I say The Buried Life. Yeah, it was a TV show for a couple seasons. I believe it was on MTV somewhere back around 2010. I'm not a big TV guy. I don't remember actually seeing it, but it was a show about four young men. That is right, four young men who were like college age, if you will, I think is the way that it goes, is they were college age. And so while they had good health and maybe they had time, I think some of them even dropped out of school, they didn't have money. And they had this pretty amazing bucket list. Well, heck, what the heck? I'm going to show you what the bucket list looks like because they actually posted it online. So let's do a quick share here. So this is the website, theburiedlife.com, and we're going to take a quick trip through the list here. The list is designed from my perspective. I'm sharing it with you because I want you to think outside the box. Your list does not have to be places you want to see. It could be things you want to do. And their list is kind of fun and entertaining. So we're going to take a second to peruse through it real quick. And these are just some of the featured items. It's not the whole list. So I thought it was kind of neat. Help deliver a baby. Remember, these weren't guys that had kids of their own. They weren't married. They were college kids. So they wanted to, one of the things on the list was to deliver a baby. They wanted to play basketball with a sitting president, which they worked really hard at. That was kind of funny to hear the story behind that. Some of the others, singing the national anthem. I do like myself some Will Ferrell, find him interesting. Wouldn't mind seeing the pyramids, by the way. I love that they donated something to charity. I thought that was pretty cool. $300,000, it looks like. They became New York Times bestseller. They went streaking down through the quads and through the gymnasium. No, I'm kidding. This isn't something on my list to go streaking. Maybe it's on yours. I don't know. If it's not, maybe it could be, it should be. All right, let's keep cruising. New Year's Eve in Times Square, teaching an elementary class, the Stanley Cup. For those of you tuning in, bonus points. If this is on social media, bonus points to you if you comment to me and want to know about my Stanley Cup story. I actually legitimately had the Stanley Cup in my hotel room. I'll tell you about it sometime, but you got to ask. All right, keep cruising. Riding a bull, 6 o'clock news. A beer with Prince Harry. That's kind of neat. Learning to sail. I love the boats. Anyway, I'm sharing this with you. Burning Man concert, Folsom Prison. I'm sharing this with you because I have escaped to a desert island. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm in my house, my home office. I'm sharing this with you because I would like to breathe life into your future, into you living your best life. I would like to give you permission to go ahead and write down 100 things you want to do before you die. Now, let me help actually make this job a little easier, this list a little easier. It was framed to us, if we had $10 million in the bank, what would you want to do before you die? And what that does is it takes down the economic barrier of your creative thinking. And I would encourage you to think about it that way. If you had enough money in the bank where your financial security wasn't called into question, what would you put on your list? What would be on your bucket list? I'll give you some other ways of looking at this. In a distraction-free environment, I love a seat of an airplane. I'm too cheap to pay for the Wi-Fi, and I got nothing else to do on my time. I don't know what movies to download. So I usually end up using reflection questions during my airplane time because I like feeling how it's productive. What I would encourage you to do is find an hour, distraction-free, maybe with a cup of coffee, and just a blank sheet of paper. And I want you to start working on your list. I've had some great conversations in the last couple of days just thinking about how we help people live their best life. And I'd like for you to write down your list. Again, if this is on social media, if you don't mind commenting with one item from your list that's funny and interesting, bonus points if it's disgusting. I would love to hear from you, and like to know that that maybe this made an impact. But I'd like to know what's on your list. Something on mine is I want to go to Oktoberfest. Never been abroad to Germany. I want to go check it out. A family that came from there. So anyway, that's just one little thing, and I'd happy to share more with you as well. But anyway, have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Please stay safe and be healthy, and good luck with your list. I'm excited to help you achieve it.